December 26, 2024. A massive aircraft lifted off from Chengdu, China. 3 engines, no tail, a shape never seen before. The Pentagon watched in silence, because what just flew wasn't supposed to exist for another 5 years. China's J-36 had just completed its first flight, a 6th-generation fighter, in the air, while America's answer, the F-47, was still on a drawing board. And that changes everything. Here's the question I want you to answer honestly in the comments. If China already has a 6th-gen fighter flying, and America's won't fly until 2028, who actually wins this race? Tell me what you think, because the answer isn't as simple as it seems. For 70 years, America has owned the sky. The F-15, the F-22, the F-35. Each one arrived before any rival could respond. But this time, something is different. The J-36 isn't just early. It's a completely different approach to air combat. And it's forcing the Pentagon to ask a question they've never had to ask before. What if we're not first anymore? But here's where it gets complicated. The F-47 and J-36 aren't just competitors. They're built on entirely different philosophies. America's F-47 is designed for one thing: deep penetration into enemy airspace, combat radius over 1,000 nautical miles, 70% further than the F-22, speed above Mach 2, and stealth capabilities the Air Force simply calls Stealth Plus. It's built to fly into the most defended airspace on Earth and come back. But here's what makes it truly different. The F-47 never flies alone. It controls a swarm of AI drone wingmen, collaborative combat aircraft, that fly ahead, absorb missiles, jam radar, and strike targets while the pilot stays safe behind them. One pilot, multiple aircraft, a force multiplier that doesn't exist anywhere else. Now look at what China built. The J-36 has 3 engines, not 2, 3. A tailless, blended wing design larger than most bombers. Analysts estimate its takeoff weight exceeds 50 tons, making it one of the heaviest fighter-class aircraft ever conceived. And this is where most analysts get it wrong. Those 3 engines aren't just about speed. They're about power generation. Modern 6th-generation aircraft are expected to carry directed energy weapons, advanced electronic warfare systems, and AI processing that demands enormous electrical output. 2 engines couldn't provide enough power, so China added a 3rd. It's not elegant, but it's effective. Which approach do you think is smarter? America's drone swarm strategy or China's raw power philosophy? Drop your answer below, because military planners are debating this exact question right now. Now let's talk about the timeline problem. The J-36 flew in December 2024. A 2nd prototype was spotted in October 2025. A 3rd in December 2025. That's 3 prototypes in 1 year. The F-47? First flight isn't expected until 2028. Full operational capability, early 2030s. Put yourself in the Pentagon's position for a moment. You're watching China iterate on their 6th-gen design in real time. They're testing, refining, learning, and your aircraft hasn't left the ground yet. Some analysts now estimate America is 3 to 4 years behind China in this race. That's not speculation. That's based on observable flight testing. The Pentagon's response? Throw money at the problem. $3.5 billion requested for fiscal year 2026 alone. An additional $400 million to accelerate production. Total program cost expected to reach hundreds of billions. Boeing says the first F-47 is already being manufactured, not designed, manufactured, and they're targeting that 2028 first flight. But money doesn't buy time, and time is what China has. But there's one detail that changes this entire equation. In November 2025, something happened that didn't make headlines. An F-22 pilot successfully controlled an AI drone wingman in flight. Real-time commands, combat maneuvers, weapons integration. The system works. And while China is building a bigger, more powerful aircraft, America is building a network. A system where the F-47 isn't just one plane. It's the command node for an entire autonomous fleet. The Air Force plans to buy over 185 F-47s, but they also plan to deploy up to 2,000 CCA drones at roughly $30 million each. That's not a fighter program. That's a completely new model of air warfare. One F-47 pilot could control 4, 5, maybe 6 autonomous wingmen, each one capable of carrying weapons, jamming radar, or sacrificing itself to protect the pilot. China has one large aircraft. America will have a swarm. So who actually wins this race? The country that flies first, or the country that changes how air combat works forever? I want your prediction in the comments. Here's what this means for the next decade. If conflict erupts in the Pacific before 2030, America goes to war with F-22s and F-35s, proven aircraft, but not designed for this fight. If it happens after 2030, the equation changes entirely. F-47s with drone swarms versus J-36 with raw power and payload. Two completely different visions of air dominance. And no one knows which one is right until it's tested in combat. The race for sixth-generation dominance isn't about who flies first. It's about who gets it right. China chose power. America chose systems. One of them is wrong. And the pilots who fly these aircraft will be the ones who find out. Somewhere over the Pacific right now, planners on both sides are running the same scenario. Different aircraft, different philosophies. Same question. When these two visions finally meet, which one survives?